All right, the items we're going to be using today are this window box from Jesse James Beads in Tide Pool. And then we're going to use two of the same strand. This one is the Glass Strand Trio in Teal. And you can find them at Walmart or Walmart.com. So super exciting. I'll try and tag them, at least some of the beads in this video. As you saw the finished product, we're going to be doing a purse charm and a beaded bracelet so we can match our purse. Like, what is that? That is the most fun thing I've ever wanted to do in my life. So I'm going to use a clasp from my stash, some beading wire, and then all of these beads. We're also going to need some head pins so we can make our charms for our bracelet. As you know, these window boxes have everything in them you need to make a couple projects. So you can make the project on the back or the project that I'm making, or just make something all on your own. You get metal, crystals, acrylic, flowers, you get a couple toggles, enough to make several projects. So I'm going to open this up. I think there's over 100 pieces in here, so that's wild to me. And the fun part is we can work out of our little tray while we're making our bracelet and our purse charm. So for the purse charm, I'm going to keep it real simple, but I am going to trade out some of the beads. So that's why I need two strands. I am going to use these really cute faceted twist beads. The stop sign, that's what I call them, but they're octagon stop sign beads, and our gold metal beads that are on here. So I'm going to save the cubes for our bracelet. I'm using 19 strand bead-along bead stringing wire for both projects. And I am also going to grab this really cute acrylic bead from the window box. You'll need some crimp tubes or crimp beads, whichever you prefer. And for the purse charm, we're gonna need a heavier gauge jump ring. I'm gonna open up both of these strands here and immediately set my cubes to the side. And then on this one, I am going to just grab the twisted beads. All right, so we're gonna start beading our wire. And I really liked the pattern that they had on this strand. So I am just gonna put all of these on and then followed by the rest of the beads that were on this strand. And an easy way to get them all on your strands pretty quickly is just leave it on the other strand and string it like that. Then we're going into our metal. Next, our little stop sign beads. And then back through the other beads. Again, this project is so simple. You're gonna be able to make it, hopefully, in less than 10 minutes. The great thing about Jesse James Beads is their designers make it super easy for you to make a really cool project from accessible beads. So we have all of our beads on our strand. I'm going to cut this off of my spool. And I'm going to take both strands, line them up, and bring them through my acrylic drop. Okay. And this is going to create a loop. It's super duper cute. All right, then we're gonna come through our crimp tube. And we're going to, before we crimp that, put our crimp tube through our large clasp. You'll just want any large clasp. If you have one in your stash, that's perfect. You can use a regular small clasp, whatever works for you. And then we'll just close that heavy gauge jump ring. Okay. Next, I'm going to come through my jump ring with my wires, back down through my crimp, and possibly all four of those will fit through, well, two going one way and two going the other, through my drop. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my tail, hold my jump ring, and pull my wires. Okay, and then we're going to try and get rid of any slack in the line. The fun thing here is we don't have to worry about this being in a straight line because it can't be in a straight line. It's going to be in a drop shape the entire time. Now, there is a little bit of slack on this side, so you're just going to want to finagle until you get that where you want it to be. And there we go. I'm going to take my crimping pliers, put that crimp in my largest valley, and we're going to squish. We're going to turn that 90 degrees, squish again, and squish one last time. Then we will trim our wires right up against that bead. And here is your little purse charm. Super duper cute. Now, I made a very simple one, but it's impactful because look how sparkly it is, and it's my favorite color. And then you can do anything. You could put charms on here, you could put drops, you could put tassels, whatever. And then this is just gonna hook right onto your purse, right onto your keys, whatever you want to adorn with beads. Okay, now we're gonna make a matching bracelet. So I have all the beads left over from my second strand that didn't include these little swirl beads or these little twisted faceted beads. So I have all these beautiful cubes, the rest of the stop signs or octagons, and a little bit of metal, but this is where our window box is really going to come into play. I have some gorgeous flowers. We're definitely going to be using one of the toggles because I love toggle clasps for bracelets. It really makes it easy to make a one-handed closure, so you don't have to use both hands. You don't have to get somebody else to help you put your bracelet on. I'm really loving these two metal beads. I love how fluid they look, how organic those are. I definitely want to get a couple flowers in here. We'll make those into charms. We'll make all these flowers into charms, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Oh, this flower is different. This is a marguerite flower, so the hole goes right through the middle. So we'll use these 4 camellia flowers. And then we're definitely going to use some of these cubes. So I'm going to turn first these flowers into little charms. And I'm going to use that by using a ball head pin. And we'll take our ball head pin, put it through one of our little flowers. Grab a round nose pair of pliers. And you could do a simple loop, but I'm going to do a wrapped loop. So I bend it back, reposition my pliers, bend it back forwards, reposition again, and then we'll bend it to the back one more time. Okay, and then I grab my loop, and with a head pin, I usually grab a second pair of pliers to help me maneuver that without hurting my fingertips. So then I'm going to quickly wrap that wire around itself. You can do as many loops as you want, but I typically do 2.5. Then I'll take my little nippers. We have a cute little charm. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Okay, so I've laid out the design for my bracelet. I did the 4 flowers. I actually grabbed a frame bead from the window kit, and then some metal spacers from the window kit. And we're just going to go make it as long as it needs to be. Right now I think it might be a little too long, but I'll show you how I added a jump ring to each one of the flowers after I finished my loop, just like we did with the clasp earlier in the video. And then you want to make sure that you don't pry them open, you twist them open. So it's already been open, and then I'm going to twist it closed just like I twisted it open. Okay, and then I'm going to put that between 2 metal beads. So I'm going to start loading my beads on, starting with my little stop signs in the back of the bracelet where the clasp will be. And then add on my little cubes, which are super duper cute. I just love those. And then a spacer, my flower, and then repeat that until we're finished loading on all of those beads. When we get to the middle, we have our frame bead, and you want to make sure you just put one side of the bead on your wire, and then you load on a little rondelle from the window box. Make sure that nestles right in the middle of your frame bead, and then put your wire through the other side of the frame, and then continue. All right, I have everything strung. I'm going to put a little rondelle on the end of either side of our bracelet, and then I am going to grab a couple crimp beads, put my crimp on my wire, and then come through my toggle clasp. Now you can use a jump ring here. I just didn't need any more length on my bracelet. That's why I'm not using a jump ring here. We do want to make sure that our wire is not crossed. We're going to put that in our crimping pliers and squish. We'll turn 90 degrees, squish again, and one more time. And then we'll come through a couple of these beads with our wire here. Now that does not make it more strong, it just makes it look better. And then I'll trim off my excess wire, move everything down towards that end. We'll come on to the other end of our wire, put our crimp bead on, and then come through our toggle. Come back down through a couple beads, and this is where we want to make sure that our bracelet is in a U shape or a circle when we're crimping. So I'm going to grab my tail, grab my toggle, and pull to get that slack out. And as you can see, it's in a U shape with all the beads pushed down towards the other end, so we can get as much slack out as possible. Now, once in a blue moon, it might come out perfect, but there's going to be some sort of slack somewhere most of the time, and that's okay. And then we will go ahead and squish, making sure that it's not crossing our wires there. Squish, turn 90 degrees, squish, and squish. We'll trim. We have a beautiful little floral charm bracelet that matches our gorgeous purse charm. 2 for the price of 1 here. And this is what it looks like on, and I love having a piece of jewelry that I can fidget with while I'm in meetings, or that rattles around while I'm walking. I just love that so much. And you can find these amazing beads at Walmart or walmart.com from Jessie James Beads. Oh, I can't wait to put this on a purse, and I will show you a photo of it on a bag. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for Goldie and Opal, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hi, cutie. It's way past your bedtime, isn't it? It's so funny. Yeah. Oh, you heard the B word. Yeah, you heard the B word. Not yet. Not yet. We're still working.